everyone, Serena B here and welcome back to my channel. As promised, today I'm going to be doing a Project Life 2018 full flip through and I'm finished, I'm all caught up and I'm having trouble lifting this up to show you. It is a chunky little mofo. I'm not going to tell you which products or collections I use, and you really want to know, you can ask me in the comments below, but I'm not going to go into detail like that because it's going to take so long to make this video already. Those kind of details don't really make up the stories, so let's get started. Grab a snack because it's going to be a long one. I like to start my year with my one little word, and my one little word was love. So I did like this little intro kind of acetate piece. And then this is the layout that I made for my one little word. I have a process tutorial if you want to check it out. I'll link it below. And then I just journaled about it here. So this is January. I do apologize for any glare. I've been going on a lot of solo dates, and one of them was to go watch The Greatest Showman, and I'm so in love with this movie. I've went twice actually to watch it in theaters. It was so powerful and moving and inspirational. It made me laugh and cry and feel all the feels, and it was just such a great I was feeling very nostalgic at the beginning of this month and beginning of the year, and I took out all of my old band hoodies except for one, and I don't have it anymore, and it actually still fits my AFI jacket, like from what I would wear as a teenager, so I took a picture of that. I think this is fun to do because it adds some nostalgia and like memories to your album, because even though I still have these, but taking a picture like this and putting it in an album, it's fun. I like it. It helps me look back and remember things. For this month, I also started collecting records. I do not have a record player yet. I'm saving up for a good one, and I don't have space in my room for a record player as of yet, but I will. Coming this spring, I will have more space. If you want to check out my life update, I'll link it down below and I kind of explain it to you in that video. These are the records I bought. I went with my friend. She has a really successful Instagram for records and stuff like that, and I'll link it below if you want to check it out. Again, like just some throwbacks to favorite items of clothing. Buffy turned 37. And then on this side, I take a lot of bath selfies, so you'll see that throughout the album. Again, music is a really big part of my life. I absolutely love music. I love the bands I love. And so a lot of musical inspiration going on here in the beginning of the month. Again, I saw Greatest Showman later that month. And then I went for drinks with my friend to this place called Darling. And then what I also like to do is add like little journaling cards. I don't do this all that much towards the middle of the album, but I do tend to like also in the month and add different things I don't have pictures for, just so I can remember that also happened per month. So this is a pretty big deal for me. I have 2 scars on my belly from my surgeries, and I've never worn a bikini, but now I don't wear bikinis. I feel like I don't want to show them, and it's just I'm starting to learn and love my body the way it is, but for the longest time I was ashamed of these scars, and so I joined this. I was called so strongly to join this rebellion movement thing on Instagram, and so I did it. So that day women all over the world were writing names or like labels that they would have, and then crossing it off, and then writing taking control and like writing a new word for yourself. So I picked the word scarred and I drew that on my belly with some eyeliner, and then I crossed it on real strong because I always thought that my scars were ugly and shameful because I don't know, I just didn't like them. And when I was going through these hard times in my life, I always thought I have no control and it's not me being strong, it's just me doing what I gotta do. Like I just kind of went with the flow of things, and now looking back, not a lot of people could have done what I've done and like honestly not go through depression or a really dark place in their life. And I'm very resilient. I may bend, but I never break, and that's something I learned this year. So that is kind of like explaining this a little bit. So I did my journaling in here. In case you don't follow me on Instagram and don't know what it is, I do have a post. Just look for this picture on my personal Cerise B and you'll see it. So in February I did my hair like a light lavender gray color. I went to see two of my favorite bands, my current favorite bands. These are new to me. I discovered them at the end of 2017. A lot of the bands I like are older bands that have been around for 20 years. So discovering new bands like this is really fun, and yeah, I like it. So unfortunately I don't have any local friends who still like the same music as me. I kind of drifted apart from those friends that would go to shows with me. So now I just go to my concerts by myself, and actually I prefer it that way. I really enjoy that. So I went to watch Creeper and Neck Deep, and this is just a page devoted to Creeper. They're like a punk rock UK band, and I absolutely love them. And then I actually was able to meet one of the members at the merch table, and this flips up. I think there's more pictures in here. Yeah. And then this is Neck Deep, and I absolutely love them so much. Another UK pop punk kind of band. Love them so much. So happy to see these two bands live. Valentine's Day kind of spread here. I bought myself some flowers. These are flowers that I got from this guy I was dating, and yeah. And then continuing on here, I applied and I got a job all by myself at the university I went to, actually, the university I graduated from. So I got a job there. So I got the job in February. I started in March. This is hilarious. This is a picture of me as Daenerys. Don't I look exactly like Daenerys? It was like a face swap that he did, and I think it's hilarious because I look like her, and it's awesome. People used to tell me I look like her all the time, especially when I was blonde. So I'm like, yes, you can call me Khaleesi. I'm good with that. I always include things I love, so posts on Instagram or social media from my favorite celebrities, my favorite musicians, and I like to include that in my project life. So you'll see a lot of Sarah Michelle Gellar in here, and this says resting Buffy face. Whenever she posts anything that's Buffy related, I take it and put it in my album because I'm the biggest Buffy fan. So yeah. And then another like little bath time selfie. This is actually from Lush, and I love how it looks, so I use them as pages and I just cut them up. So this is really fun because love was my one little word for this year, and I love that, like, I try to find meaning in the everyday and like little serendipities and little signs from God in the universe. So I feel like this was one of them. So this day was really heavily focused on self-love, and I drew a little heart in the steam from on the window. All right, so a date kind of thing going on here. I had to cover some stuff up. Same thing going on here. And I like to use some Instax sometimes, so those are two Instax. It's my little, my cousin's son. He turned 1. He was born on Valentine's Day, so his middle name is Valentine. I think that's beautiful. So this is March. So yeah, a lot of nature photos, a lot of selfies. Also, I started my new job on the 9th, so I did all my journaling in here. Again, so that happened on my list. It was on my bucket list to work at McGill, and I did. There's my office, and that was where my desk was. Picture of me looking at the snowfall, another record. This is my child passport picture, and I thought that was hilarious. I look like a creepy little poltergeist kind of kid. And this is like a little little collage of my last day at Michael's. I think I'm gonna read this to you guys because it sums up a lot of things, I feel like. So let me read it. After 3.5 years at Michael's, it was finally time to say goodbye. It's been a hell of a ride, ups and downs, crazy bosses, and early morning shifts. I'm gonna miss the coupons and discounts the most, seeing all the new stock and sales before anyone else, especially when all the Halloween stuff starts rolling in. On my last day, I was cleaning out the old monthly boxes. Accidentally, I grabbed the March 2017 box instead of April. And I had a full circle moment by the grace of God. I found the envelope for March 20th, the breakup day, saw my writing, and then a gift card that said merci, which is French for thank you, in case you didn't know. Wow, truly thankful for this life lesson. I remembered the pain I felt that time last year and how much growth I've done since then. Hashtag blessed, thank you. So I thought that was an amazing like goodbye kind of to what was going on, like a full circle moment. That was just crazy. And I took a picture of it when I saw it. I actually kind of started crying a little bit in the office because I'm like, wow, that was insane. That was so cool. So little moments like that, like I try to be present and in the now, and if I wasn't paying attention, I would have totally missed this beautiful sign from God. So yeah, that was great. So I hope you enjoyed my little journaling there. Amazing Mexican restaurant we went to. Love the art. That's my name in Italian, or I guess now in Spanish. So I thought that was really cool. So yeah, this is the post I did on Instagram about the 1-year anniversary of the breakup. And then I love this, Wallace the snow ghost. He's so cute. And then 2 days later I went back and he was all melted and gone, so that was sad. Alright, so 20 years of slaying. New Funko Buffy Pop things came out. Got them all, so excited. I had a medical exam to do. Everything looked good. This was really beautiful. There was these really faint footprints on top of the snow, and I don't know how they were made. I remember showing my friend Mary Beth. I'm like, what is this? This is totally a guardian angel or some kind of angel going on here, because I don't know how those footprints were made. Honestly, it was so amazing. I journaled about that, and they were next to my footprints. I felt like God or my angels or something was walking around with me. And I forgot to mention, I write myself letters every month. So I journal every month, and I go back and I highlight and I flag things. So what I do for my project life is I go to my journal and read all the entries for that month, sum everything up in a letter to myself that I put in here. To be honest, I would love to obviously have children and share this with my future kids, but part of this stuff is like super honest and things that I wouldn't want them to necessarily read, so I'd have to like make sure that they're old enough to look through my albums. Basically what I'm trying to say is I am super raw and honest in my letters or in my hidden journaling, so I don't do this for future children. I do this for myself so that I can read it back, and I'm 100% honest with myself and everything I write in the letters and stuff like that. So these Project Life albums are very, very personal to me. Alright, so this was a Women's March, and I saw this picture that someone posted of "Into every generation a Slayer is born," and that's like from Buffy, and it was a picture of Emma Gonzalez, so I totally journaled about that. I used my Slay a Girl Chosen One collection card here. Same thing, I used some of my Love Bites paper. This is hilarious. Sarah Michelle Gellar's like, alright, I admit it, it was me that bit Beyonce. I don't even know what the whole bite thing, but I saw that and it made me crack up. I love her so much. So this is documenting a bath bomb that I used from Lush, and what I like to do is cut up the picture of the bath bomb and the description so that I remember like what each bath bomb is. I did this again here, as you can see, so I think that's really fun. I did some personal journaling here, and then things change, and I stopped seeing that guy. So going in April, I still have to do journaling for April. That's one thing I forgot to do. So another bath, this was a black bath bomb. I loved it. More photos of nature. I got new Vans, I absolutely love them. And I did my hair, it came out dark blue. Again, some hidden journaling. So it's really fun because here I documented that that my favorite band AFI is coming to Montreal, and then later on you'll see the concert. So I think that's really fun. I like how it kind of foreshadows what's to come in the album. This is a shaker layout I made to document my blue hair. And I do have a tutorial in case you're interested in watching. I will link it below and in the card in this video. One of my favorite layouts, I think. I'll point out to my favorite layouts too as we continue on. So this is definitely one of my favorite layouts. I like how I did journaling around my hair. Really fun ice cream. So this is, I think, yeah, we're still in April, and I got my 3rd ear pierced. So now I have, let me see, 7 piercings on my ears. Yeah, I went for ice cream. Beautiful picture. I like taking family photos and stuff that people share on Instagram or Facebook and put them in my album. So that's my cousin and her son, so adorable. So okay, again, this is just for privacy, talking to guys on apps and stuff like that, and just, yeah, so it's not important. But this is one of the musicians, bandmates from Creeper, and I think he's so cute. Totally crushing on this guy this year. And then I have some private funny little, someone was creeping on my Instagram and I caught her, so that was fun, and I journaled about it in here. I say that was fun, but you know what I mean. It just, I document everything. So the biggest haul, because at this point I took a break off of YouTube for 3 months, and this is, I kind of started getting back into crafting with this giant haul that I placed in scrapbook.com. I think this was the first haul of the year, I believe. So yeah, drinking some chocolate chip Tim Hortons ice caps, really fun. Okay, moving on to May. Again, that also in May. I also started reading a lot more because my commute to work was really long. So I had a lot of unfinished books and books I reread. And here, this was taken May 6th, and then May 18th, you can see the growth. You know, all the trees were bare here. I don't know if you can see that okay. And then in this picture, you see the greenery and the buds. It says, vampires suck your blood for vitamin D because they can't go out in the sun themselves. You ever think about that? No, you only think about yourself. I thought that was so funny. And this picture of Nosferatu. I started watching Mindhunter. I absolutely love this show. I hope they come back with a new season. And then I joined Danny's Patreon. So proud of her. So happy to be a member. And then starting in May, health stuff went down, so I had to go to the emergency room. I was there for 15 hours. This is a picture I took before all the crap that went down, and I looked worried and scared, and I was so nervous. But I've been here before. It's not my first rodeo, as they say. And yeah, they gave me a narcotic, and it was super strong. It made me throw up, and I was so sick afterwards. And so I was there even longer than I had to be. But while I was high, they were trying to distract me from what was happening, and we were talking about Buffy. So this is by the water by my house. I'm so grateful that I live 5 minutes away from 2 nature spots, because my soul really needs it. And I don't know if it's my astrology sign, I'm a Sagittarius, but like I've always loved adventure, and having these places really close to home, they're like mini adventures for me. And I absolutely love going there because you never know what you're going to see, what messages you're going to get from God and the universe, and it's just so beautiful. So there was a nice sunset and I went there, and then I took some pictures of these beautiful florals that were blooming. Alright, so we went to do a Harry Potter themed escape room. Absolutely love it. We actually won, which is exciting. These two are so beautiful and totally relationship goals. I mean, come on. I put a Love Bites journaling card for my collection. If you want to check out my shop, it will be linked here as well. So again, lunch break adventure at work. We adopted back Mickey. Well, he had such a life story, this guy. So we took him back home. And here it's a really blurry picture, but he's drinking water from the bathtub fountain. He loves doing that, but it didn't come out good. So I finally started organizing and prepping my European trip that I still have to work on. Hopefully I'll do that in 2019. So again, another mini procedure had to be done. And because a lot of people say I look like, you know, Daenerys, he was coming for Comic-Con, and I wrote my Game of Thrones husband, but he was really expensive to me. It was $120 for like a photo op thing, and I'm like, not gonna happen. This was a full moon in Sagittarius. I couldn't get a photo, but I do follow a blog called Montreal Blog on Instagram and stuff, so I take some of their photos and put them in my album, and that was a beautiful photo captured by someone, so it's there. I'm really into astrology, and I always been really into planets and astrology and horoscope, but I feel like this year I started getting more into it again. So I have a lot of that documented in my album as well. So this is graffiti. I don't know if you can see it okay, but it was in a bathroom stall at school. And it says, "You are terrifying and strange and beautiful, something not everyone knows how to love." And I thought that was so beautiful. So now we are in June. Some more beautiful sunset photos at that place by my house. My dream dress, I didn't get it because it was the wrong size and there was a hole in it. But I would have loved to pick this up, and I went searching months and months at Winners, and I never found it, so at least I have a picture of it. And I've been seeing a lot of bumblebees, and my name is Serena B. That's not my real last name, but I go by B, and I never really looked up the significance of what the bumblebee signifies, and I did that, and I was so surprised. I'm like, wow. So now every time I see a bumblebee, I really like take it in. A card that I made for a pocket letter, and I absolutely love it so much that I took it from the pocket letter and put it in here and used it. This is one of my top 3 favorite layouts in my album. Okay, so I do a lot of over the page scrapbooking too. So this whole section is on the outside of the page protector, but the cards are on the inside. So I went for a little date night with my mom to Dairy Queen for some ice cream. This was a staff appreciation day, and we were able to actually like drink wine at work. It was so funny. And there was a sign that said absolutely no alcohol behind this point, so start chugging. I thought that was hilarious. This was such a great place to work at. I love the environment. I loved my team. So this is another sunset kind of spready page. I love these photos. They came out so beautiful. Big Brother 20 started in the US. If you haven't heard already by now, I love Big Brother. Big Brother Canada, Big Brother US, Big Brother UK. Big Brother UK was my favorite. It got cancelled, but praying that it comes back. Another little serendipity sign. I was eating alphabet soup and it said fly, and I took it as like soar, you know, flying bird. A throwback picture to me and my cousins. My cousin sent me marijuana being legalized in Canada, and that was like the official, I guess, declaring of it. I don't know. Just different outfits and stuff from like what I wear to work. Documenting the World Cup. We always put the flag out. We didn't go far this time, but that's okay. My happy place, the spot by my house. And I love it how I document it during every season. So there's always pictures of this place in my album. This is by my cousin's place, and it's so beautiful. I'm sorry about the glare. Such a beautiful sunset. I use my Summer Babe collection, the stickers and stuff, and this is also from my Summer Babe collection. And then we went dancing for a friend's birthday. This documents the first and last time I went swimming, and I'm such a fish. I love swimming and just being in the water. And I also got a new bathing suit. This was a big deal for me because it hides my scars, but it has like a lot of going on up here, which I think is really nice. But it's the first time I actually like show off my thighs. I always used to wear like bathing suit bottoms, you know, shorts or something like that, and this is the first time that I'm wearing a bathing suit that show off my thighs. And so that just shows how much I've grown and how much I'm loving and being comfortable in my body, and that's a big thing for me. So yeah, that's why there's a lot of selfies. It's my album, I don't care, and I have a good reason for it. So anyway, and then another bath bomb, again the picture of the bath bomb and the description of it. And then I'm absolutely in love with the actor KJ Apa. He plays Archie in Riverdale. I think he's gorgeous. So gorgeous. And then this is my husband. I mean, come on. So 2 in 1. I had to put this picture, and I put life goals. I thought that was funny. And then there was like a lightning show, which I've never seen before. There was no rain, just lightning and thunder. So I was outside for like an hour taking pictures and just enjoying it. I remember sitting outside in my backyard and just watching the sky. And this is really fun because it kind of reminds me of like a scene from Independence Day, the Alien movie. Alright, so July looks like this. This is on the outside. This is one of my favorite moments of my life in this year. I wrote a comment to Sarah Michelle Gellar in one of her posts, and she liked it. And I'm like, what? My mind was blown. Did this just happen? Like, what is going on? I even Insta-storied about it. It was just like so amazing. And then Andrew's back in my favorite band, Against Me. He had left for a couple years, and I had to document that. And I like how the people that like the photo, Gerard Way from MCR, My Chemical Romance, which is one of my favorite bands, and then Hunter from AFI, my favorite band. So I'm just like, I love how you see other people that I like and love as musicians liking this too. So I think that's really awesome. I don't know if you guys know about the Mighty Boosh, but I did this green face mask and I just couldn't stop laughing at myself. I thought I looked like old Greg, so I just spelled out, I'm old Greg. If you guys know what that is, please leave a comment down below, because I just love meeting other people who know about old Greg and No Feeling and the Mighty Boosh. Anyway, more bath time fun. This is from Happy Meal that I got from Mary Beth, and I loved it so much that I used it in my album, and I added some stickers, and I put my letter in here for July. And then this is the back of the stuff she sent me, so I cut it up and I kind of put it all together. And there's our baby Natasha. I love how it's documented in my album. And we went to Comic-Con for the first time, and we saw these people, these actors dressed up as Jon Snow and Daenerys, and of course I had to take pictures. I mean, come on. And I love how they were just like helping each other, fixing each other's hair, and I just snapped a bunch of photos. They hugged each other. I think they were like in character, but I thought this was so cute, and yeah, I made a collage. I really wanted to go because James Marsters was gonna be there. He plays Spike in Buffy, and I've never met a Buffy character, and I was so excited, so anxious, like nervous, but like so excited. And then he canceled. He just didn't show up, but I was going anyway. We're doing the Buffy musical live, so I had to go. It was so much fun to sing along and just watch that. And then I found these two people dressed up in characters. This is from Angel, that's from Buffy. Obviously she's dressed up as Spike, so I had to take a picture of them. And then my haul from the day, and then this is my ticket, and then my bracelet. I just cut it up, and then I cut the price from the ticket so that I remember how much it costs then. And then this is the pamphlet. I cut it up, I took the pages, so let me show you what's in here. See, he was supposed to be there, but he wasn't. I thought this would be fun to look back on to see who was there. So Chuck Norris, Jason Momoa, Pamela Anderson, Val Kilmer, David Duchovny. They did a whole like X-Files thing. The guy from, you know, Gotham stuff, Machete guy probably was there, but I didn't go that day, I don't think. So I only went on the last day. Anyway, so then this is from the musical. I just backed it up with the synopsis, and then the acts and the director's notes, and then all of that stuff. And this is the little like pamphlet thing, so I kept it all. Real life ephemera, guys, put it all in here. And then another character, this guy was really funny. Like, I was snapping pictures and he just came up close and close and close until I had like this really up close photo of him, but it was blurry, so I only put this one here. I thought that was really funny. And this is one of my favorites posts from that blog that I told you about, Montreal blog. Yesterday I really wanted Putsin, now I'm meeting Putsin, follow your dreams. I thought that was hilarious and such a Montreal kind of Canada thing, because Putsin is basically French fries, gravy, and cheese curds. It's a very Quebec kind of thing, I think. It was originated here, I mean, pretty sure, I don't know, anyway. And I thought that was hilarious, so I put it there. And then I did my hair again, new color, my 500th sale on my shop PAPERCAKES, so I had to document that. I was so proud and honored and just so grateful, and I felt all the feels that day. But I just used a bunch of Willow Lane because I absolutely love this collection. So this is documenting the concert that I went to, the festival in July. Before that, I went on a solo date to this place and had liquid nitrogen ice cream, so I thought that was really fun to document. So that's just about that whole thing. I like this whole look here with the little mouth sticker. I got this in some Happy Meal and I thought this was so cute. So yeah, so this is documenting the concert festival I went to, and I absolutely love this in my album so much. I took a lot of photos and I don't care because that's just how I am. So Anti-Flag, haven't seen them in years, and it was so fun to like sing along, and I got pretty close, you know, there's a circle pit going on, so it was really fun to watch. And then AFI, my favorite band forever. My favorite forever literally says on there, oh my gosh. Love Out Loud, Full Heart, because Davey Havoc. I did a collage here of more photos, and then there's a bunch of more photos. So I wrote the set list and all the songs they sang. A lot of photos. Absolutely love it so much. So happy to see my favorite band. I haven't seen them in so long. They don't do headliner shows in Montreal anymore. I don't know why. It's really depressing. It really breaks my heart. They only come for festivals, and I don't like festivals, but this one was pretty damn good. I made Barrier and I was there the whole time, and I'm so proud. I always do that. I don't care how old I am. I go to shows and I go to the front all the time. I never sit because I just can't. I've been doing this since I was 15, 16, so it's in my blood. I love it so much. Anyway, enough about that. Davey, some more photos of him. #1 fan, yes. He got super close and sang, and these are my photos that I took of him. The only photos that I included that were not taken by me are these ones here, because this is just a gorgeous picture of him. I had to put it. And then I really like this one because it shows like everybody there, and I was literally at the gate, so I'm like somewhere here, like right at the front, so all these people were behind me, and like you can't see anything. You're in there, you're like sardines, you know, but it's so awesome. And then Tim came into the crowd, and I have a video on my Instagram if you guys want to check it out, and I'm like somewhere behind him here, but you'll see. So this is basically him here. So I was on the other side of him, so that's my picture of him being close in the crowd, and here you can see him in the crowd again. And then I actually got the pic, so I put it in here. I made a little shaker. I didn't want to put too much shaker goodies because I wanted the pic to be like center stage. And then I wrote the set list in here. So I haven't seen them in over 10 years, and this is one of the bands I've seen the most, them and Against Me. and to actually be able to see them again, and I haven't seen them in the longest time, so it was really awesome. If you are into this music or if you want to check it out, I do have live videos and Insta stories and stuff and pictures on my page, Cerise B. This is August, and I got a little postcard from my friend Danny, so I used that and I put the date here, and then the letter is tucked in here as well. I did Reiki for the first time on August 1st, and this is from I saw this art piece like peeling off of a foam pole kind of thing, and I'm like, this is so beautiful, and I love skulls, so I grabbed it. Oh, I did my journaling about my first time doing Reiki in here. I would love to do it again, but right now I gotta save for other things. So I went to this really fun Japanese restaurant with my friends. It's called Bar Blossom, and they have this huge like fake cherry blossom tree, which is so beautiful. I hope you can see that okay. I started a new crafty Instagram account. There's a throwback picture. I love doing that. I love including like old pictures and stuff like I told you. It adds a sense of nostalgia to my album. This is another one of my favorite spreads. I love this so much. This is when I was like contemplating whether or not renewing the contract from work. At this point I was going through a lot of health things, a lot of stress from work. I had to miss 10 days of work and stuff like that, and it was hard to catch up, but I managed to do everything. And I went to this place and I was here for a good while, and I just kept getting messages, like crazy messages from God. I found this heart-shaped rock, which is beautiful. I still have it. It's right here. And then I literally looked down and it says, your creativity will create a phenomenon. And it was just lying there like somewhere here, and I was there the whole time. I never noticed it, and then I looked down and I noticed this, and I'm like, what? How is this here? I didn't even see this here before. So I just love this page so much, and this is just such a crazy sign. I felt like I needed to take a break, you know, and I feel like the universe was telling me that it was gonna be okay. This is like kind of talking about that, the thoughts and the process of like me trying to think like, do I really do this? And this is the moment where I was kind of contemplating the next steps in my life, and the trip that was coming up to California and everything. So yeah, and it says, I cannot tell you where tomorrow will lead, or what will be difficult, or what will come with ease. But I can tell you, you are loved. You will have what you need, and you are still being guided right where you need to be. I can tell you that even when you feel that you have lost an irredeemable amount of time, all that time you were blooming. And that's one of my words for the year, was bloom. So I thought that was beautiful. And not a stage of growth was missed, and you have been growing ever since. You have been growing since, and I just hope that reminds you your story is far from finished yet, and you are allowed to find peace here even before you know what happens next. Morgan Harper Nichols. I love her. She's an artist, writer on Instagram. Totally check her out. She makes really fun, inspirational posts, and this was one of my favorites. So that really resonated with how I was feeling in this month, and I love it so much. A throwback photo my friend sent me of me in grade 5 cutting up some paper, and I posted it on Instagram, and I wrote, elementary yearbook caught me being crafty in grade 5. You can still find me with paper and scissors in hand. I thought that was so cute. New hair, I cut my hair short, and again it came out blue. This is blocked for privacy, but the photo's funny, but this is something my doctor told me and I thought it was hilarious, kind of, not really, so it's here. And this is documenting September. I finally got my hands on a Love Paint and Stitches bag. So excited, so I documented about that. So this is a tutorial I think I did in 2015, I don't even remember. And my friend Carrie told me that she actually did it and she took a picture of it. So I'm like, you have to show me, and she did. Show me a picture. And I asked her if it's okay if I put her in my album, and she said sure. So hi Carrie. She's so beautiful, and she has a beautiful daughter. And yeah, so she actually remade my tutorial, and that's so freaking cool. So fun to see like someone be inspired by my tutorial and recreating it. So I had to put that in my album, and I journaled around the cauldron. My friend Melissa was watching one of my October daily videos, and so I just grabbed this photo from her Insta stories and put it here. This is kind of documenting the fact that, like, you know, I'm leaving. And more cat photos. I think this one's hilarious, and wrote not impressed. My last day at work, my goodbye cake and like little thing we did. And then my last selfie, because I don't know if you noticed, but I was taking selfies in the bathroom to document like different outfits and stuff that I wore. And last day at McGill selfie. So that was fun. Alright, so this is documenting my friend's birthday, and I never got a chance to buy balloons for my 30th birthday last year. I was going to and I forgot. So I was really occupied because I got tattooed on my birthday, and then I went out for dinner on my birthday. So I didn't get a chance to like buy the balloons, but I wrote here, when you didn't get a chance to take balloon pics for your 30th, you borrow your friend's balloons. So this is my balloon pic for my 30th birthday. Finally got it, and at least I got it in the summer when I was able to wear a nice dress, so that's cute. And this is a promise to myself that the first day being home from work, I was going to bring myself to the spot where I kind of subconsciously decided that this is what I needed. I was going to give myself the gift of time to figure out my health and to figure out the direction of my life. So I promised I would go back, and this is kind of like a page dedicated to it. Some pictures of the spot, and this is another beautiful moment actually. I felt like, this is gonna sound so hippy dippy, but I felt like this willow tree was like comforting me, and the wind was blowing it on me, like you can see it's on my face here, and it just kept making me laugh, and it was just such a beautiful moment in nature. So yeah, and I brought my journal. I was journaling there. This is a letter that my life coach wrote to me at the end of our 5-month life coaching sessions, and it was beautiful. She's still my life coach at need basis. So if you guys are in Montreal and you're looking for a life coach, I highly recommend her. Her name is Vesna Antoine, and if you want some more information from her, just message me. So I wasn't gonna do this, but I decided last minute that I should. October was a beautiful month for me. I got to do so many beautiful things. I went to California. I spent time with my friend Danny. It was such a great month for me, and so I didn't want to just like not have it documented in my project life, because this album was so dense and detailed and documenting my year, and it just felt wrong if I didn't have at least some pictures of that trip. I'm planning on doing a full October daily this year with all the pictures from the trip, because I took over 1,000 photos, guys, so it's gonna take me a while to like go through everything. So I took some of my favorite pictures and kind of wanted to document beginning and end of the trip. So we started off with Universal, Santa Monica Pier, Halloween Town shopping, Disney, oops, so some more Disney. We went to Disney twice, 2 different days, so this is the second day at Disney. Then we visited Sunnydale, forever crying, forever freaking crying. I still have pictures and stuff to share on my Instagram. I just never got around to it, but like I still have to share my Sunnydale, my Buffy photos and everything like that. This was such a beautiful like dream come true that Danny actually thought of while we were prepping months and months ago for my trip. She's like, you know, where they filmed it is really close to where we're gonna be when we come from Disney, so if you want to stop. And I'm like, what? I'm like, this is an actual possibility. I was so grateful for her bringing me there and putting up with me, because I was there for like hours, it feels like. Such an unbelievable moment for me. Like I was just crying the whole time. It was just Sunnydale. So that's why I needed to put these things in this album. And then, you know, this is from the Halloween party. So this technically should be here, but because I was doing a flip through thing, I put it on this page. And then finally went to Beetle House. And then the last day before we left, we went to the Griffith Observatory, see the Hollywood sign and everything. So this is just one photo I took to document that. And then in November, this is the last month that I have in this album, Penny Dreadful is coming back. This is one of my favorite shows. Cat photos. Again, goodbye. This is like a goodbye to Big Brother UK, Cameron won, which was so crazy. This kid made history, and it's just, I had to say goodbye. And I took pictures from the same night actually. A really sweet Instagrammer friend did like a shout out for me, and I've never had anyone do that before. She posted a picture of me and different projects I've made, and kind of just explained in her post like how I inspired her and things like that, and it like literally made me cry. So I documented it here and her post, and I also Instagrammed it. And then my friend Amber wrote something also that was really touching, so I printed her conversation with me and put it here. So heartwarming and so touching. I'm so grateful for these ladies. And there's just a lot of cat pictures in this month, I'm telling you guys. It's kind of cat overload. So on November 8th, I stocked up on sequins for my shop. A really fun throwback photo of Davy. He's so cute. Buffy wearing a Buffy shirt. I mean, come on, I had to. So this was fun. I went for a little walk in autumn and I saw a bumblebee, so I put the last bee of the season. This was on the 12th. Then literally the next day we got our first snowstorm. So then I went back to the spot that I took pictures of yesterday and took pictures of it with all the snow. So in this picture here you have the 12th with all of the autumn colors, and then the next day with snow and leaves, and I just wrote out when two seasons collide. And then more cats. This is just a checkup, and I thought it was funny because she's like, you could keep your boots on, and I'm like, really? So I had my Doc Martens with this hospital gown, and I posted on Instagram, Insta stories. So I'm like, this is too funny. I'm being more open, more honest, more silly, and just, yeah, I'm not trying and not caring too much of what I post anymore. I'm really just trying to be me and show another side of me. So my chocolate birthday cake, this is the letter for November, and then I used some Hooray stickers to document my birthday. I didn't fully document it in my album because it's chunky AF, so I started prepping a little mini folio that I'm going to document for my birthday using the Hooray collection, and all the pictures and stuff are going to go in here. And then I might actually just put it in a Project Life 6x8 or something, or cut it down into a little sleeve and then just put it here or something in my album. Davy's birthday on November 20th. And this was like just a meme that someone made. I think it's hilarious. It's him as like Disney, but it says Davy. Yeah, okay, and this is the picture I took back in July. So I just did like a happy birthday to Davy, kind of shout out on my Instagram, and I took that and put it here. And then the last of November, I was walking in a snowstorm. They did homage to Scream in Riverdale with the actor. He climbed up the ladder from the window and he's like, what's going on? And the look. That look. So I took a picture with my phone on, it's not the greatest, but it still documents it, and the eyes, you can just see the eyes. Oh, look, I love it so much. And then I watched The Christmas Prince on November 30th. So that is the end of my album. But one more thing before I go. So this is new. I'm thinking I'm gonna do this every year. I did this in my journal, but I thought it would be fun to type it out and put it in my album at the end of the year. So this is like a recap of everything that I did in 2018, and it's double-sided. And yeah, so everything, and I have to redo this actually because it's missing some things. Yeah, so this is just to give you guys an idea if you're interested. All right guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here through this long video. I hope you enjoyed this look into my personal life and into my Project Life album. I promise in the new year to do more Project Life monthly videos and set up a kit like I kind of started doing at the end of the year. But like really try to do that as a series on my channel. So put a kit together, what I'm going to be using each month, and then showing you the pages and maybe even make some tutorials. We'll see. So I really do want to show you more Project Life stuff and not just have it all in one video at the end. But I really do enjoy looking through everything and looking through my albums and sharing it with you guys and sharing this part of me with you guys as well. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Yeah, happy freaking 2019 guys. I hope you have a safe and happy New Year's Eve, and I really do hope you do some reflecting, some journaling, and just look back at the year that passed and write down things you loved about it, things you didn't like about it. Write, journal, just get it all out of your mind. It's such a great way to kind of release, you know, release feelings, release thoughts, and you know, leave things in the past so you can start a new year fresh. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. Thank you so much for following me along this year on my YouTube. If you're new to here, welcome. If you've been a long time follower, thank you so much for continuing to support me and to follow along with my crafting adventure. And I'll see you guys next year. Bye!